Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mandy and I love to share with you guys how I use my planner to basically have a productive and intentional life. I'm a mom of 3 young ones. I homeschool. I do all the homemaking stuff here. I have a lovely husband and we are just trying to enjoy life as a family and be as intentional and productive as we can. And I love using my big size happy planner for that. Today I figured I'm back to my flip throughs, so I would love to go through my planner and show you guys what a month of October looks like in my planner. So if that sounds of interest to you, stay tuned, and I hope that you will consider subscribing if any of that sounds of interest as well, and joining me for any future content. Or hey, go back and binge watch a lot of my other ones too, because I do a lot of other flip throughs and my planner has changed quite a bit in this past year. So I hope that you will enjoy this video and hit the like button if you do as well anytime, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want to point out, and I know I've pointed this out to many of you who've probably watched my videos, is I am using a big happy planner, which holds the 8.5 by 11 size papers, but I have not still, you guys, not updated my cover. I guess it just ended up not being that big of a priority to me as of yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to want something a little different. So that has not changed for this month, even though I thought that it would have. I am also using a 2020 to 2021 planner. And you're going to see that I'm pretty much not using most of what actually came with this planner. So I will try to touch on that as I go through the flip through. But I went ahead and kept this front cover page in because there's something about having a, an additional page after you open the planner that I really like. And this one, just is nice. And then next up is just honestly a little tiny reference section. I like to hold any of my meal planning type of things here. I have my common list of grocery items that I always want to remember to get throughout the week, and it's just the most items we use, and having this here is just really nice. So I have that section. I have a little meal rotation that I've created that I just keep in here, until I update it or something, a different system, or I want to make something cuter happens. But so far this stays in my planner. And just some other ideas that many of them actually go with the Fixate program with Beachbody. So I've taken some time to write those things down as easy reference. And then I have an annual tracker here for my morning weight and YouTube subscribers as I grow with that. And yeah, it's just easy to get to. And it's one of the first things I do in the morning is I try to figure out what's for dinner, and I try to log my morning weight and subscribers. So next up is my home section. In my home section, I have a lot of my own printables that I've created. Many of them are in my shop. If you are interested, if you see something you like, it's linked down below at all times. And thank you already, or thank you in advance for that support. But if you guys have any, I should touch on that. If you guys have any type of inserts that you think would benefit you or that you would love for your planner, I would love to create what is needed out there. Like whatever the need is out there, I would love to create it. I have so much fun creating planner inserts. You're gonna see in this flip through that I change things up a lot. For the month of November, I tried to keep it the same though. So if you'll see a change if you've watched previous flip throughs. So other than that, yes. So anyways, I love this calendar spread. It gets straight to the point. It's one page. I have multiple areas for lists. And as you can see, I've just put what we are doing that month. And then here, I actually found it not needed, but I really liked the idea of having just a little like brain dump list area here. I I should have used this for my monthly list of to-dos, like my ongoing list, but I also have a whole reason why I rewrite my to-do list every week, which you'll see in a couple pages, just because it allows me to really go through and, you know, evaluate the needs on those lists. But I like having this here to make notes for the month if I need to, if I need to jot something down. Just this month didn't have too much needed there. This is a little crinkly because I print these on regular paper to have ahead of time, which I put it in this section. So you'll see it's just regular paper, and it kind of gets crinkly over time because I actually pasted it on the back of another one because my intention here was to kind of revamp my home care system and my zone system, but I never got around to that this month, and I'll probably make a point of it to get to that in November, but I always have one that I have created where I have things typed out on here as well. I just thought this month I would switch it up, and I just never got to it. Something got on it anyways, and that's what happens with regular paper, if you're ever wondering. Regular copy paper can bleed really easily if something, even just a tiny drip. So next up, I have our Good and the Beautiful Math and Language Lesson Tracker. I like to just check them off as we go through them. I have some notes for a video that I probably need to just take out now. And next is this week. This is where I'm at right now for the week. I love my routines and to-do page. It keeps me on task and focused, and when I go into Canva, I can change things up. What I should say is I like this layout a lot. I love my routines on here. I love a to-do list, and I love small categorized kind of lists to keep me task oriented and focused on my goals. This week we came back from a vacation, so I pretty much will always let my home not go, because I make sure that I do kitchen and laundry and stuff like that. But anything extra that I just cannot seem to add to my my list that week, these two items are usually the ones to go for that. So that's why it's a little blank this week, coming back from vacation. Next, I like to have this for any food logging. I fell off a day or two here because I'm filming this Thursday, but we actually, I always do this when I film videos with you guys. I update it. I just like having it for food logging, meal planning, brain dumping, stuff like that. And I really like that on the back of my routines and to-do page. And then I am loving pulling out a dashboard layout for me to just do daily to-dos. So anything that comes up in the day, like my bulbs just went out in my dining room today. So I wrote that down because that's something that kind of needs to get replaced today and not added to my ongoing list. I love using the dashboard planner from the Happy Planner, as well as some stickers to keep it seasonal. I have not necessarily needed the back yet, but I know that it's there for note taking. I have also put a few note pages from one of my older, I'm going to stumble here, one of my older classic size Happy Planners. It's the monthly layout, and I've really enjoyed putting just different, inserts from my Happy Planners, especially my old ones. That's the best way I have found to use up like old planners. So I use them for note pages, and as you can see, I'm running out of my note pages. So luckily it's the end of October, and I will put new ones in for next month. I love these I keep saying trifold, but I love these foldable half sheets that turn into full sheets for list making and notes. And these I plan on just reusing. I reuse them each week, and I plan on putting them in for November as well. And then the last part of the week that I like to keep track of are my, yes, you're going to see my kids wrote all over it. I'm totally fine with that because this is my homeschool lesson planner, which I usually just plan ahead in, so I know what is coming up for us. And then on this side, I usually do memory keeping. I'm having to get back into the habit of keeping track of memory keeping because, as I said, I was on vacation. And as you guys know, you can do something for so many days in a row, and then once you let it go, it's almost difficult to get back to a routine. So, but that's what this is for, homeschool memory keeping. And I've created these as well. I'm pretty sure this is in my shop. If it's not in my shop as my Etsy shop, if it's not in there as like a, just this to be purchased, I know it's part of my homeschool life planner on there as well. But on this side of it, I like to write out my vision for the week, or I'm sorry, the day, which would just be a typical work day, week, a typical weekday in our life. It wouldn't be like going to do, random things throughout the week. It would just be a typical home work day with my workouts, our homeschool, my home care, all of that kind of stuff. And here I also try to write down some things I want to get done. And I didn't write down the steps, but sometimes I'll write down the steps or tasks as well as maybe a deadline for that, kind of assign it to a certain day. And then I love having a notes page. But again, I didn't need to take as many notes. This one is the next one. So this is set up for next week. However, since it's going straight into November after Sunday, I will probably go ahead and use this, or at least get it ready. I'm looking into, creating a little bit something of a different layout to see if I just like changing things up, you guys, and seeing if they work and then posting them to my shop. So, if I don't end up using this one, at least it's ready. But if I don't end up using this one, I will have something ready for for November. And then you guys, so this was last week's planner, but as I said, to-do planner, I should say. But as I said, I was on vacation and I only used it up until Wednesday. So I had already had some stickers on here, like these ones and these ones, but I ended up, just going in, I just felt like it's such a cute little spread and I don't want to waste it. So I just went into my Fall Happy Planner sticker pack, or book, and I just found a couple stickers and put it over whatever these are just to-do items. So whatever I had to do that day, I just put it over it, and I'm going to reuse this. And I think it's perfect for the first week of November. So that's going to be, this is going to be for next week, and it's ready already. So that's kind of nice. So now we're going to go into, instead of just putting in the new, like this month anyway, I ended up like putting it, like whatever I used here, I ended up like putting it in the back. I probably won't continue doing that, but that's what I started doing. So I just kept with it this month. And as you can see, I just had the very same layout. I might have changed up a couple routines, did some things on my to-do list, but that is how I really used this layout, and I felt really good about it. I was keeping track of things that were going on those days, so that way I didn't have to like look back at the actual monthly, or I should say forget to look back at the actual monthly. And that was really nice too. I made sure that there were 7 of these in case I wanted that option, and then there's also 7 of these. So I basically had the option to keep track of like food or meals or what was going on that day. So yeah, I like that I had that option. Did I use it all up every time? No, but I had the option, and that's what I love. I just love having the options. I did not get to my goals the first week of October because this was a totally new spread, but as you can see, I totally got to homeschool, and I called them favorites for the day, but this was a very used section the first week of October. This was the second week of October. As you can see, I used it pretty well. I fell off on my evening routine. I'm pretty sure we still did a lot of these things, but just checking them off. But again, the intention is there. I'm going to see does that help? The sun was coming in through there, huh? And then I feel like the to-do list got a little smaller. I don't know. What do you think? Again, I just kind of started to do some more meal planning here. And I really did try to get to some goals here. So, I think what I did was I made a couple goals, but I also just started to brainstorm some home projects. So, but as you can see, being more patient, stuff like that. So it's just a really nice way that I can tell my brain thinks of it this way, like, let's be more patient and how can I do that, and so forth. So again, another homeschool and memory spread. Here were the to-dos for that week. And I even kept some of September in here. Oh, there's that family home care system. By the way, this is on my shop if this sounds of interest to you. This is like something you keep in your planner for the month. I do not have the one in my shop with the items that I have here, but if you are interested and would want something with the items already printed or typed in there, let me know. I can always make that an option. But I think I'm going to go back to just what I have here, but I love using this because it's so easy to just say, okay, like this is zone, porch, dining, and hallway. I need to straighten the coat closet out, and then I would write that here. So easy. So as you can see, here's October. I'm wondering why I probably mistakenly put September. No, I mistakenly put October after September, but that's okay. It's all going to get pulled out soon. As you can see, so this is the third week of October, and I just continued really liking using the spread the way that I made it. This was our trip, so it's not going to be very full. And then I just have a couple extra pages. I wasn't sure. Like I said, I create a lot of different things and I have them in here as options. And I wasn't sure if I wanted like the hour of the half hour to be different than the actual on hour, if that makes any sense. So, and then that's another goals page. I have a, triple category list page. Just using a lot of different things. I had a brain dump page from the back of my September Happy Planner, and I went ahead and kept that in there. This is basically the end of the month section of like all my notes and lists for like YouTube or just anything I really make a note or a list for. And then we have our family meeting page. We have really not been able to do this as often as I'd like, but that's going to be a goal of mine, maybe by the end of the year. And then I have some memories of the kids that I created, but since I do my other memory page, I'm finding that I'm not using it as much, but since it's connected to my family meeting page, it's in there, as well as some projects we would love to get to that I wrote out back in September. So that is my home section. It has a lot, but everything that I need at the beginning of, the day is right here. And then I basically every morning I go into it, I figure out what's for dinner, I write down on my log, look at the calendar, and then I start getting onto my routines and to-dos. I do have a homeschool section I showed you guys a few minutes ago that has all of the future calendars that I've created on Canva. I love them because they're seasonal and they're just, like I said, printed on regular copy paper. So that way I can just plan ahead if I want to, but I also, like I did in October, I ended up reusing it anyway. And then this next tab is my old September stuff. I like to keep 1 month of homeschool stuff in there. So that way, if I need to look back at anything, it is there. And then this isn't like named anything, but this is basically papers that I want to just have in here in case I would like to use something or reference something. you know, another family page, and I'm also trying to start keeping track of some Christmas stuff. This is from a different planner that I have. It's called In Leafy Treetops. I actually have decided to keep track of some Christmas stuff in a different planner. So I will most likely be taking this out when I change from October to November, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Next, I have my Bible section, slowly but surely going through September still, but as you can see, October's plan is beautiful. It's called the littlefaithblog.com, where I get these from the Christian girls. I just love them, and I put in a few different types of note paper, and every day well, it's not every day, but I try, as you can see on my morning routine page, I have Bible. So I try to every day sit down with my Bible, go through this plan, and write out my grateful fors and my prayers. So that is a system that I have been doing for a long time now and absolutely love it. This section is my yearly section. So this has a lot of information that we need all year. Attendance, some different, I haven't completely filled this out, but that's okay because I don't really want to show that here anyway. But it has just stuff for us to reference for school. Next up is my budget section. I have my old September list, but I also have my October list here, our calendar, as well as our category trackers, our expense trackers, a couple tracking of credit cards, bills, savings categories, another account for expense tracker. Oh, there it is. And just income trackers. And if you guys find this of interest to you, I also have a budget. This is on in my shop as well. I absolutely love it. If you are interested in a video on my budget section and how I use that, let me know. I don't tend to get a lot of feedback on the budget section, so I haven't been doing it as much. But let me know if that's something of interest to you. And after that, you guys, I have a folder, keeps a couple credit cards and note pages. And then I just kind of have a few things, like this was from a Bible study that I really wanted to incorporate in my planner somehow. And then I have this is what's making my planner a little bulky right now, but it is a classic size, what are they called, like companion or something, and this was a Christmas one. So I pulled out quite a few pages. I really don't need this many pages, so I'm going to try to reevaluate as we switch from October to November. But I put them in here, and we are starting Christmas organization over here. I know to some people this is early, but to some people I'm really late too. So let me know in the comments below, you guys, are you doing any Christmas in your planners? Any Christmas planning in your planner? If so, I would just love to know. Oh, my last year's Christmas stuff is in here too, because I find that to be very helpful. But as you can see, last year's, out of the whole companion or whatever, I only needed this much. So this is a little overboard, and I'm going to work on trying to condense this. As many of you know, I do not like super bulky planners. I want it functional. I want it simple. And to some people, this is not simple or functional, but to me it is. And that is my October flip through. So again, let me know in the comments below. Are you guys already planning for Christmas in your planners? Are you already organizing? And yeah, just say hi. I hope to see you guys for the next one and for more in November, especially as I start a Build Your Planner, in parentheses, Frankenplanner series. So join me for that, you guys. Come find me on Instagram. I'm at Mandy_Chavez Chapters. I will have some more details going on there, or like, you know, quicker way to access the details is through Instagram. And I'll be letting you guys know when that posts through Instagram as well. So thanks for joining me on this video. I hope you will hit the like button and consider subscribing if you have not, and join me for any future videos. this community, can't talk anymore. This community is really cool and really awesome, and I'm so glad to be a part of it, and I hope that you will join me. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have an awesome day, week, whatever you are in, and I will see you guys for the next one. Bye.